Very good morning to one and all present here. Here I'm Deepa Murkeshan, working as an assistant professor, Department of English. Here I'm going to deliver the summary of the Vicar of Wakefield. So we find a lot of characters in this novel. So the protagonist of the novel will be Dr. Primrose, and his wife will be Deborah, and they are having 3 kids like George, Sophia and Olivia. So this is how the story moves, and such a wonderful and a lot of colloquial small stories in between. So though it has a lot of confusions, so finally the story ends with a very happy ending. So it was written by Oliver Goldsmith. So the virtuous, prudent and intelligent Vicar of Wakefield. So it's a title given to the protagonist. Lives happily with his family, so which consists of wife Deborah, his son George, and also one more son Moses, Bill and Dick. So and his 2 daughters Olivia and Sophia. So they live cloistered and a very genteel life, and are preparing for the elder son George to marry a lovely neighborhood girl, Miss Arabella Wilmot. So here we find that Arabella Wilmot is a very rich personality, and she seems to be the neighbor of our vicar. So George was engaged to, so the ceremony was going to happen. So George will be engaged to Arabella. So Arabella's father is like, Arabella's father's name is Mr. Wilmot. So here what the turning point, here we find a small twist and turning point immediately while the novel goes on. So unfortunately Mr. Wilmot cancels the engagement after the vicar offends him in a philosophical argument about marriage, and also this vicar Primrose loses his fortune to somebody, some merchant, a shady merchant who proved to be a thief. So now destitute, the family is supposed to move to a more humble area. So here immediately while the novel is on, immediately find a lot of tension inside the novel. So next we find that in the, they are moving to a very rural area. Why? Because they have lost all their fortunes, and they don't have any leftover money to spend their livelihood. So in their new neighborhood, the vicar works as a curate and also as a farmer. So he acts as a person who can do any work to save his family because of all the bankrupts. So the family sends George, who had been educated at the Oxford, London, to go and work somewhere to support their family. The new area is comfortable and pastoral. So as we know that it is a very rural area, the pastoral effect in that rural areas, but the women in particular, they find very difficult to adopt with the situation. And also they are very much fashionable, and they are all really accustomed to it. Very difficult for them to accustom to that situation and place. So the vicar befriends a handsome, erudite and poor young man called Mr. Bruchel. So this character seems to be very important throughout the novel, and we find a lot of differentiations and also like climax, etc. With the help of this character. So after Bruchel saves Sophia from drowning, it seems clear that she is attracted to him. Meanwhile, the family also hears word of their new landlord, Squire Thornhill, reputed to be a spoiled brat who lives of the generation of his uncle Sir William Thornhill, while living a reportable lifestyle. So here we find that this Squire Thornhill seems to be the antagonist of this novel, and we find Bruchel will be a good person. So here we find 2 pairs, like Sophia is attracted to Bruchel, and Olivia is attracted to Squire Thornhill. So the family is very much interested in Squire Thornhill and Olivia. Why? Because Squire Thornhill seems to be very rich person, whereas Bruchel seems to be a very poor person. So they don't encourage love between Bruchel and Sophia, but they encourage love between Olivia and Squire Thornhill. So this is how the story moves on.